Yo, me again with another Hashashin guide, this time on Succession. If you haven't watched my first guide on Hashashin and on his main weapon, I highly recommend to watch that because I won't be going over all the skills, I'll just be going over what changed in Succession. So, to his movement, in Succession he gets another dash, which is an iframe and a super armor again, this time on a 5-second cooldown though. So you can combine your movements something like this. This is already a fully protected combo, but yeah, you still can't rotate the skills to make a fully protected combo all the time. So you still will have to S block, Q block, or use other abilities. By going Succession you also get the access to some nice passives, such as the ignore 5% resistant passive and +5, I believe, or +6 all accuracy rate, which is very good. In Succession, Hashashin mainly gets bonus damage increase, but he also gets -5 DP debuff on Shadow Splitter. He gets just a flat damage increase on Sand Slicer, Purge and Retriever. He gets a healing on Shift Q. He gets mana recovery on his Shift E, which is also his ultimate. He gets a new input to use Descent, which would be Shift C. Now, the thing that will make a lot of people go Succession, Owl's Breath. What Owl's Breath in Succession allows you to do is you not only summon all those tornadoes you used to in main, now you turn into one. This is super armor. Your enemy does not see which tornado you are, he'll have to guess by the way you move, right? The other tornadoes last longer than you, but still this is very useful for outplaying opponents. Unless your opponent is a guardian, in that case he'll just do big AoE and kill you inside it, because it's only a super armor. Out of this you can press L and B for a quick stun. So yeah, this will be very useful and is a really fun ability to use in duels. Now, this is his Succession buff. He gets +15% accuracy rate and +30% to all resistances. And also some Korean text I haven't been able to decipher yet. So yeah, I'll try to put it somewhere in the description once I find out what it does. But here, these are the two skills he should inherit from his Awakening, although they're nothing like the skills in Awakening for some reason. So let's start with this one. So down C, it does a bunch of damage, another DP debuff, and a floating once you actually start hitting. That's floating, the last hit of that. And as you're charging it, it's a frontal guard. You can cancel into it from a dash to go straight into the hits with no frontal guard. Now you have this ability. This is a ranged CC. You throw your dagger where you point your mouse and 2 tornadoes come in there and they stiffen. Sometimes it goes through like blocks. If it's just an S block, someone's walking back and you hit them with that. Sometimes it goes through it, sometimes it doesn't. It's weird. We'll have to see. Maybe it's just a global arm thing and it shouldn't go through blocks. So in combat, pretty much everything stays the same as it did in main weapon. So watch my main weapon video if you want to see a lot of that. But you can now also use this as a super armor movement, or sort of like a mini invisibility, I guess. You can do a ranged CC now. The tree blocked it. That's nice. You also can use this as an opener, I guess, which would be the dash into the backwards C ability, this one. But the combos can stay pretty much the same, right? You don't need to do anything else than you used to do in just main weapon. Right, you can still do something like that and do a lot of damage. So I won't be going over any new combos, because mainly there are not really any new combos from main weapon, right? You can replace some of the CCs with this if you cancel it properly, but that's about it. So, should you play Awakening or Succession? It really depends. It's mainly skill based. None of these two have like a clear advantage over the other. It does seem like Awakening will be slightly better in dueling 1v1s. In terms of grinding, I don't really know which one's better so far. There haven't been enough tests to really figure out which one's better. And in terms of 1vx or node wars, again, it comes down to skills, but Succession seems to have a little more burst damage, so that might be very useful. Also more sort of like quick crowd control things. It has a much better damage on its ultimate, which stays the same as the main weapon ultimate. And that will be used a lot because it's a vacuum, right? The only other classes that are vacuum is a Mystic and a Valkyrie. And those are not really that popular these days. There have been some news on when this class will be released in the Southeast Asia servers, which are really similar to EU and NA servers. They said it will be released on September the 2nd once seasons come out, which is a really long time, so yeah, I guess we will not be seeing this class for a bit. I'll make another guide on Awakening and the main weapon again once it comes out on EU and NA. I won't be doing anything about Succession because I do not enjoy it as much as Awakening. And yeah, stay tuned for that. If you haven't watched the main weapon video, definitely watch it. I'll have the link somewhere in here. But yeah, that's about it. See you in the next one.